Hello guys and welcome back by the multiplayer of Diablo 3. I'm here with Magus from the Nice channel.
Hello and welcome back. What were we doing again?
Well, we just saved her. What does he have to say?
Adria is not as you remember her. She is channeling blood magic to prepare herself to retrieve the Black Soul Stone.
Oh.
Explain.
Some things cannot be explained. You must see them for yourself.
I'm going to walk away now.
You have no sense of adventure.
Okay. That was funny.
Wow, I got a latency of 1830.
Is that good?
The boy meant well.
I don't know, I just tried the Ziggo speed test and it said could not connect, unable to connect to the server this time. Please try again later. So even the speed test won't load.
Now I see.
I think I might disable the battle map thingy
your
dingy.
wife, your apprentice. If you keep everyone far away, you cannot lose another.
You keep that nonsense to
Hopefully
yourself,
that works.
or I might forget how much I owe you.
Try it, I'm talking to peoples.
I was telling you about Lyria, wasn't I? Oh, she was so beautiful that Durgis was determined to make her his own. Oh,
Well, that
yes,
did the
he
trick.
pursued her relentlessly,
I disabled
showering
the
her with
thingy
gifts
dingy
and
now it's
attention
70
until
milliseconds.
she succumbed and
Instead of
agreed to
2
become
seconds.
his wife. But Durgis' jealousy was so great, he hid Lyria high in the heavens, far away from the reach of men and gods.
If you let jealousy control you, it will take everything you have.
Yes, that was Durgis. Desire was his very nature.
Let's see, is there more people I can talk to?
Everyone in the city is dead.
Maybe in the cathedral?
Oh, I'm talking.
He's been saying something new, but I haven't been able to make out the words. He's getting weaker.
The witch!
There are no witches here in Westmarch. They've all been driven out.
Adria.
Getting clues!
You killed the angel who caused this slaughter?
Yes, I killed the angel. Now fuck off.
This disaster will make for great reading someday, provided that anyone survives to chronicle it.
Shiller's newly established rule over Westmarch did nothing to quell the civil war, which continued until she was driven mad and eventually killed by the plague. Cornelius, grandson of Justinian III and slave to the Zakharum faith, used this opening to crush the rebels once and for all and become the new king.
How fortunate I am to have met the savior of Westmarch.
Yeah.
You simply must let me ask you some questions when your work is done.
This... Oh jeez, he keeps talking.
Magus conquered all of Honduras before founding Westmarch. Repelling this invasion would be child's play for him.
Is she done now? Good, she's done now. Jesus.
Now that Urzael is dead, I'm going to Bramwell to find my son. It's still not safe out there.
Oh, you had that one.
I don't care.
Do I want to know what this guy has in his in the bags with his shovel?
No. No. Is anybody here able to talk to me? And otherwise I need to go up there to Nethario and... Yes, okay. Find entrance to the Tomb of the Wreckers, but I first want to talk with those two over there. Because in the next playthrough I'm not going to talk to everybody.
Where are the angels? Why do they not stop Malthael?
There is confusion and dissension in the high heavens. You must remember, Malthael was our leader once.
You're on the Angiris Council. Get the angelic host down here.
Imperius commands the host, and he will not unleash them on a fellow angel, especially a former member of the Angiris Council.
Imperius. I'll have words with him when this is over.
Death comes to all.
Urzael is slain. Westmarch is saved. And yet these thoughts weigh constantly upon me.
There will always be another battle. but a seasoned fighter enjoys the victory at hand.
Wise words, my friend. Angels are cursed with a wider perspective of events. To live in the moment is a part of mortal existence I must learn to embrace.
Okay, I think I got all the talk. I do the walkie-walk.
You're not going anywhere.
Walkie-talkie.
And why is that?
Someone has to make sure you don't kill Adria before you find out where Malthael is.
Come if you want, but Adria is going to pay for what she did to Leah.
Well, maybe Leah is the evil one. What?
€2, she's gonna pay.
Urzael and the Reapers are dead. Now the people of Westmarch can begin to rebuild their city and their lives. Lorath and I depart for the Blood Marsh to confront Adria. She knows how to find Malthael, but more importantly, there is a blood debt between us, and she will pay it.
Okay, that was good that my sound was off. I'm listening to some lore.
I consider myself.
We hid the Black Soul Stone in the deepest part
And
of
my
the
lore
Nephilim
is
ruins
fucked because the
near
fucker was talking.
Thought
I
it would be
hate it
safe.
when they do that.
here. Malthael found it all this
Yeah.
The lore is gone. And I'm not going to open it.
What is this?
Okay, more lore.
The first time I saw a witch, she burned. Father took me to the town square to see it. Look, he said, that is the face of evil. But she looked like any other woman, and burned like anything else. Then the flames engulfed her. Her eyes found mine, and she laughed.
Okay. Let's see over here because we need to go there.
What's the red pink stuff?
I don't know.
Because if you walk through it, you glow.
Oh yeah. Well, does it get something when I send? Oh. Well, it goes away also after that, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't see any effect though.
No.
Frenzy. The attack rate is pretty it's from something else, so I don't know.
I've no clue. I think it's pretty over here.
Pretty. Urbex.
You think it's pretty?
This is the entrance to the tomb, but someone's collapsed it.
Adria.
It looks like we'll have to find another way into the ruins.
Glowing.
What was that?
Nothing in here. Oh, more.
Get some bodies, that's all.
More.
This was just
Boom.
one entrance to the city. There are guide stones littered across the blood marsh that will lead us to the main one. The guide stones are useless to most.
Oh, now it's a
They
door.
reveal the correct path to a Nephilim such as yourself.
Okay, listening to some lore.
The Trust Boggin is a ferocious, hulking beast with an exceedingly bad temper. Aided by packs of boggits, it will fight anything that crosses.
You never stop trying.
Oh, you
You say that.
I was listening to lore!
Remember to get the information we need.
I'm not gonna listen to
before
any
you-
lore anymore.
Right.
Well, that's not very reassuring.
Why do they do that? I mean, you're listening to lore while they're talking, and then the bloody blah of your character goes over it, so you need to listen and stand still.
Yeah, you cannot walk.
Second part of lore.
My father could never understand. He was born into privilege and wealth, and he spent every moment of his life trying to protect it. I was his flesh and blood, but he cared more about the names in books and the faces of the paintings on the walls than his living daughter.
Okay. And another lore.
Do you know what fear is? Fear of who you are. Fear of what your own blood would do if they knew what you were. No, you could never understand it. People look to you as a savior. Have you ever thought about the lives you've taken? They were fathers, lovers, daughters.
Lore Part 4.
You ask me what I see when I look into the fire. I see a burning man. I see a burning witch. I see terror and a hunger that will consume everything. What hope do the works of men have against such all-consuming hunger? I gave myself to the flames.
Okay, it's quite bizarre, these lores that I'm listening.
Yeah.
Do you also hear them?
Yeah, it's the witch burning and prosecutions.
Part 5.
My father burned. He screamed as the flames consumed him, and the smell was sickly sweet. He had found me. For once in his life he had noticed me, and when he saw that the flames did not touch me, he breathed one word. It was his last.
Part 6.
Witch, they called me, but I turned it against them. When their daughter had a child that needed to disappear, when there was a sickness that none of the healers could cure, who was it they pleaded with? When they needed me, the morality they flaunted in the daylight disappeared, as it always does.
Whoa, this is quite bizarre.
She was a witch, and her father took her to witch burn-ins. She didn't like that, so she burned him.
Yeah, well, they say that he was a witch and they burned them together. And Adria didn't burn. And her father did burn. And the smell was sweet, or whatever did he say. His last words were that he is a witch.
Yeah, and he didn't like that.
Because he didn't burn. And he died.
Yeah, and she thought it was okay because he did like witches to burn.
Yeah.
He liked the witch burnings.
Freaking bizarre.
And then she took revenge on the city. Ew, it's a big chest. Ow.
The Boggan's battle snares are surprisingly effective, though I have no idea how they learned to fashion them. Most of the Boggan's feeble intelligence seems to be centered around killing and eating, and in this respect, their efforts are admirable. Perhaps I should hide one of these snares near my tent when I'm sleeping.
Okay.
Wow.
Holy shit, what was that?
I don't know, I was launched. That sounded a bit tunak.
It's one of the guide stones, but nothing happens when I approach it.
Let me try.
No, let me listen to Lore Part 7? Yes.
The first time I heard him, his voice pierced my skull. It reminded me of the cold and haughty sound of my father. But it was more. A crush of thousands of voices. When I heard him, I saw the flame, and I knew fear.
Oh, hell. That was astonishingly creepy.
So, the father came back as a ghost?
I guess.
There are 4 entrances to the Nephilim city, each one etched with a sigil. Only the correct one marks the true entrance to the tomb, however. When you activate these stones, one of the wrong sigils disappears.
I will enjoy this.
That's cool. When you activate the stone, one of the wrong signals disappears.
So there were 3 left.
Yeah. The stone over here.
This is not the passage I'm looking for.
It's not the passage we're looking for, so we go in no matter what.
Yeah. Corvus Corax.
Just for funsies. Destroy everything that we see.
Very close.
If I'd gotten lost while fleeing the
See the
tomb,
spiders.
I'd probably still be wandering.
New lore.
I had half a mind to explore the ancient ruins outside Westmarch, and then I realized they were crawling with dreadful scarabs. Of course, these creatures do not frighten me, but they make my research much too time-consuming. And I am widely known for my efficiency. Am I not?
Burn in the light. Burn in the light. That's literally how it went. Just not follow me and fuck off. Well, I just wanted to go into the loop and to do 100% playthrough of this game.
Lore.
Yeah, but I just want to have this one 100%, right?
Yeah, but there's lore.
Where? Oh yeah. Arrakis. Okay, listening to it.
I have uncovered and obscured an ancient tome in whose pages is recorded an impossible tale. The secret history of a race called the Nephilim. Gods by another name,
That's me.
and their ruined civilization in the West. If this is true, how could all signs of these Nephilim be lost, but for the record of this single tome?
Is that something you can use?
Wayfarer something. Yeah, they're like 10 better. Oh, it's Crusader only, so no.
Ah, boopsicles. Didn't look at that, sorry. Bye.
Oh wow.
Scared for nothing.
Oh, this is nice. Got it.
Alright, we got some more.
Chest.
I had believed my new assistant was the noisiest creature in the world, but that was before I discovered the Shrieking Terror. This bat-like monstrosity produces the most ear-splitting racket imaginable, and furthermore managed to make my assistant scream even louder. I think my headache will last for weeks now.
Okay, I'm gonna end the episode right here. So, thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys liked it, and I hope I will see you guys in the next one that we make.
Farewell.
Bye bye.